And why not, man? You're going to be on a beautiful ship. You're going to be in the Caribbean. You're going to be with a bunch of people that like to talk motorcycles. I mean,
I am gonna do it. If anybody wants to see me get stuck in a slide going down a ship. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruiseman's Garage Talk. Here I've got a special guest with us today. I'm actually in West Texas visiting my brother, but we kind of threw together a last minute podcast. So I want to, normally we bring people on in the motorcycle industry and we talk about motorcycle stuff. But some of you may or may not know, we're doing a group cruise next January 2027. And about a year ago in October, about October 25, I reached out to Where's Walter Travel. And Walter Biscardi is here with us today. Welcome,
hi.
Walter. How you doing?
Thanks for having me, man. We're doing very well. It's hot here in Orlando. I bet it's about the same where you are.
It is very hot, and we've been getting some rain. So
Nice.
But anyway, I wanted to bring Walter in to kind of tell us a little bit about this group cruise. Some of you may not be familiar. Many of you have already signed up for this. Walter, tell us a little bit, what is a group cruise and how does that compare with somebody just goes out and books a normal cruise?
Well, you know, a group cruise is nice because you're going on with a group of like-minded people. So in your case, a whole bunch of motorcycle folks who really enjoy what you're doing. And it's kind of cool because, you know, when you go by yourself, then you have to kind of meet people along the way. And that is one of the best parts of cruising. We've made so many great friends that we've simply met on the ships. But when you go with a group, there's generally a check-in day, so everybody gets to know each other right off the bat. You have dinners together. You kind of come on with a group of friends, if you will, rather than just coming on by yourself. And depending on the group, there could be events going on. There could be like scheduled dinners and things like that. And then other times it's just, hey, it's a whole bunch of us. Let's just go on a ship and have fun.
You and I've talked a little bit about as we get closer and closer to the date of the cruise, which is January 30th, 2027, we're going to set up a dinner where we can all get together one night for dinner and maybe probably have a certain location on the ship where I'm going to be every night at a certain time. So anybody who wants to stop by, maybe have a drink before dinner, we can, you know, that way everybody knows there's that one place that people can gather if they want to. Mm-hmm. But this ship that we're going to be on, this Norwegian Luna, tell us a little bit about the ship. I know, have you been on Luna? I know I've been on Aqua. I know you've been on Aqua. It's the same ship virtually. So tell us a little bit about the ship and what can people look forward to?
So Luna is brand spanking new. She's like been out, I don't even know if it's been 2 months yet, but she's a brand spanking new ship. We have not been fortunate to get on there yet. Our good friend Tony was on there. Just like you, we were on the Norwegian Aqua. So this is the, let's see, we got the Prima, the Viva, the Aqua, and now the Luna. So this is the fourth ship in the Prima class. It's a brand new class of ship that they rolled out, I want to say about 3 years ago, with the Prima being the first. And Prima and Viva were identical sisters. They were trying out this new concept with a new ship design. And then the Aqua and the Luna are larger. I think they have one more deck. They stretched them out just a little bit more. First of all, the ships are absolutely stunning. These are a floating resort. You know, it's still a family cruise line, but this feels more like celebrity. It feels more like an adult ship. One of the striking design features on these ships is called Ocean Boulevard, and that is deck 8. With this wrap around, if you will, boardwalk that goes around the entire 3/4 of the ship. And then the front part of it is one of the few ships you can literally do an entire lap all the way around the outside of the ship. And I encourage you to do that because one of the anchors is sitting in the very front as you walk by it. And you really appreciate the size.
How big. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so on that boardwalk, there's tons of seating outside. There are little infinity pools and hot tubs out there. One of my favorite features on the entire ship is something called the Indulge Food Hall, which is what it sounds like. There's all these like sort of kind of like little mini food trucks scattered around this big hall, and you've got basically an iPad sitting at your table. You order food, and they just start bringing it to you until you say stop. And that's included. Right. The shows They came up with a really cool design for the theater on this class of ship, where it's a standard theater to watch amazing shows. And on this particular ship, it is a tribute to Elton John. We saw the Prince show. I'm sure you did on the Aqua. That was like,
We did.
wow.
Yeah.
But then when the show is over, all the seats pull back and it turns into a nightclub, like one of the coolest nightclubs at sea. It really does. And then you've got one of the things that Norwegian is really known for is their specialty dining. And so you've got Honda Italian, you've got Cagney's Steakhouse. Cagney's Steakhouse is arguably one of the best steakhouses at sea. La Bistro is a very popular French restaurant. Plus you've got sushi, you got sukhothai. There's so many different types of food. And then one of my favorite features is something called the Aqua Slide Coaster, which if
I haven't done that. I wanted to do it. I am gonna do it. If anybody wants to see me get stuck in a slide going down a ship, now's your chance.
Stuck. You will not get stuck. So what is cool about this slide, most people, you get in a water slide, you get at the top and then gravity takes you down. Not this one. They actually launch you at 30 miles an hour uphill into the first turn. And that's where the roller part of it comes. It's kind of like it's a roller coaster launch. It really is. And it is one of the coolest experiences at sea. So the first two ships had go-karts. This one has the Aqua Slide Coaster on it. And we could talk for the next hour about everything that's on the ship, but there's a lot on the ship and there are some beautiful rooms. One consideration too, if you want that elevated experience, Norwegian is famous for the Haven. But the Haven is your ship within a ship, private enclave, and this is for people who say, I love the fact that this is a big ship, it carries around 4,000 people, it's got all the things that come with that, but I would love to have a quiet spot where I can get away from all those people. And that's what the Haven is. The Haven is a dedicated area at the back of the ship. Every room comes with a butler. You have your own lounge, your own restaurant, your own pool area. So you have that nice quiet space to get away from it all and the top level service, but you still got everything that comes with the rest of the ship.
Right. And for those, when we set this up, we got a block of rooms for the group. And of course, those have all pretty much sold out.
They went fast.
They went pretty fast. And but that doesn't mean that for those of you watching this, you still can't join us. You can. Absolutely. There are still rooms on the ship, and Walter can still book you in a room on this cruise and bring you into our group so that you get to join all the group functions.
Absolutely.
So tell us, if somebody books, what are they getting? What, as far as the free at sea, you'll talk a little about that because there's some perks involved there.
Well, so the free at sea is optional. If you want that is their version of an onboard package. And it is honestly one of the best values at sea for something like this, because, a lot of people talk about drink package, dining package, things like that. So what Norwegian has done, they call it free at sea because they are giving you the drink package for free, and they are giving you 3 restaurant dining experiences for free. But what you have to pay for up front are the gratuities on those drinks and on the dining. And for unlimited beverages throughout the cruise, it's about $220 for the entire week. Now, that does not include Starbucks coffee, and it does not include bottled water, but it does include basically everything on the bottom shelf of any bar. It includes that. It does include your soda and a lot of the soft drinks throughout. And then for 3 meals on the ship, 3 restaurant dining experiences, it's only $60 per person. Now, one restaurant could be $60 if you just went and booked it. Right. So this is a great deal if that's what you want. Plus, you get 150 minutes of Wi-Fi, and you get a $50 shore excursion credit off of every shore excursion that you book through Norwegian for the first person in the room. And then if you say, you know what, I'd like to have more, there's free at sea plus. And now that raises your drinks up to the top shelf. It includes Starbucks coffees, and they do have legitimate Starbucks, actual like Starbucks trained baristas, everything on the ship. You get your bottled water, you get unlimited high-speed Wi-Fi for the entire cruise, and you can get more specialty dining restaurants now for 50% off. So there's 2 options if you want to add on there. And then, of course, you will be able to partake in any and all of the Cruiseman's Garage events.
And also one thing I'll point out, I think, you correct me if I'm wrong, if you have just the free at sea package and you do order what is it, drinks up to $15 or $16? What is
I want to say it's 15. It's either 12 or 15.
But if you go to a bar and you order a drink that's $17 or $18, you just pay the difference. Is that correct?
I think so. I think Norwegian is that. Wow, you put me on the spot on that one.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, different cruise lines do it differently. So I wish they all did it uniformly, but I think that's the way it works on Norwegian. There are some cruise lines that will make you pay the full price of the drink if you go over.
Tell us a little bit about Where's Walter Travel. What's your background, your history? I know you do a lot of group cruises for other influencers on YouTube and other people. That's how I found you.
Yeah, so my background is actually 32 years in film, television, and marketing. I had my own creative agencies in Atlanta for over 20 years. If anybody watched the Food Network back in the day, Alton Brown had a fabulous show called Good Eats. And
I love that show.
Yeah, me too. I was a fan before I became involved. But I was a post-production supervisor, editor, animator, and I'm also in 3 episodes. So if you keep a sharp eye out, I'm in 3 episodes. And, I did that. And then I went to work for some other Fortune 100, 500 companies building their own internal creative agencies. And then I kind of sort of got pushed out as I got too old for marketing. So we've been cruising for over 20 years. And even before we became travel agents, my wife and I had already cruised on 9 different cruise lines because we're all about the ships and the experiences. We've never been about the loyalty and the points and all of this. It's just, we want to experience as many ships as we can.
Right.
And I met a travel agent on our first Virgin voyage who explained, how it works. And I said, wow, that sounds a lot like running a creative agency. I've done that for 30 years. And it is.
Right.
It's literally the same process. I used to produce up to 400 videos and live events per year. Now I'm booking over 700, 800 trips per year. And it's basically the same process. We've been very fortunate. Where's Walter Travel will be 4 years old in October 26th. And we're actually starting to get close to 3,000 total trips booked. We have 3 associate agents now, Mindy, Corey, and John. And I have a full-time assistant now, an agency coordinator, Phoebe. So we are growing to meet the demand. But what's really cool is this is a small family-based company. It's my wife and I, Where's Walter Travel. But we're part of a larger organization called KHM Travel Group out of Cleveland. They have about 100 people in the home offices. We have almost 5,600 total agents under the KHM banner. So while you're just working with us as a small company, we have the resources of a larger company behind us. And I have to say, we have some of the best travel partner contacts in the industry. Brett at Princess, DeLay at Norwegian, Kathy over at Royal Caribbean. We just have some amazing people that we can call and we can contact directly. And that helps us to service you and all of your guests because, look, things go sideways sometimes, right? It can happen. And when things go sideways, I start with my support team, which is different than the one that you get when you call 1-800. And then if I don't quite get the answer I want, I've got another level. In fact, I've got multiple levels that I can continue the conversation. We don't always get the resolution you want, but I generally have a better chance at getting, a resolution for you guys. So we try to bring personalized service to you. Our services are literally free, so it doesn't cost you anything to use us because we earn commission from all the travel partners. Right. And we enjoy what we do. And we will be, when we get back from Europe, we will have sailed 17 different cruise lines.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Most people on that watch this channel may not know that I have another channel called Cruise Report, and we've been doing cruise reviews for 20 some years as well. And throughout that time, and I used to work with travel agents and have always recommended people use a travel agent as opposed to try to booking on your own directly with the cruise line. Because when you talk to Joe at Royal Caribbean, in their telemarketing department or whatever it is, and you're on the ship and there's a problem, Joe isn't going to help you. But with a travel agent, you have an advocate that's in between you and the cruise line. Mm-hmm. And when you book directly with the cruise line, you're just one customer. Mm-hmm. But with Walter, he represents hundreds of customers and hundreds of bookings with that cruise line. So, I mean, common sense tells you they're going to listen to a travel agent. A cruise line was going to pay more attention. You're a big customer. I mean, you are their customer.
Yeah. And we're fortunate, with Virgin Voyages, I mentioned them. We're one of the top 100 sales agents for them in North America. That's for the past 3 years. There's 30,000 travel agents in North America selling Virgin Voyages. We're in the top 100 for that. We're the top with Oceania. We're actually one of the top with KHM. And I'm not saying that just to go, wow, this is impressive. It's just, we know what we're doing and we take it extremely seriously. And one of the things that when I first started out, I was terrified, actually, because when the realization hits you that you're trusting me with your vacation and you might only have 2 weeks off per year. And if I screw that up, I just screwed up your whole year. And that terrified me. And honestly, we keep that fear, if you will. We keep that running at all times to make sure, are we getting the best for our client? Do they have the best information? Are they ready to go? What can we do? We touch base with you all along the way. That's the thing about, when you book through Royal Caribbean, you're done. We'll see you on the ship. When you book through me, I'm with you until you come home. Any questions you have, if you want us to book your hotels, your flights, your transfers, help you out with your tours and all of that. Royal Caribbean's not going to do that. We will. And
exactly.
We will try to help you out if something goes wrong.
That I completely agree and understand that. And as a matter of fact, just yesterday, we made an arrangement between Cruiseman's Garage and Where's Walter Travel, where if you're booking a cruise, not necessarily this group cruise, I mean, that counts too, that if you're just booking a cruise on your own, let's say 6 months from now or a month from now, we're going to have a link that you can use, and it helps support the Cruiseman's Garage channel, basically like an affiliate link. And it just takes you to Where's Walter Travel. And just like it doesn't cost any more, it's just, we have an affiliate relationship. It helps support the channel. So I'll put that link in the description of the video if anybody's interested in that as well. So
super. And I will point out that is not a finder's fee kind of a thing. Chris will be supported for every single booking that you make through our agency. Once you're referred by Chris, we put a tag on your name, and every time you book anything, a cruise, a land tour, whatever it is, we will help support Chris through that booking. So every time you book through us, you're also supporting Chris.
Well, Walter, this is exciting. I'm really excited about this cruise, and any of you guys out there that are part of the Cruiseman's Garage community, maybe you ride a Honda Goldwing like most of us do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to. Maybe you will someday. Doesn't matter. You're welcome to join us on this cruise. We're going to have a lot of get-togethers. We're going to sit around and talk motorcycles. The reason we picked January is because in most of the country it's so cold. It's not like Orlando where Walter is, where you can ride year-round.
Yeah,
it gets so cold for most of our members they can't ride their motorcycle anyway. So if you might as well be with a group of people that share a common interest. And it's the first time we've done this. We're trying it out. We've pretty much sold out the first round of cabins, but if you want to go, Walter will get you hooked up. Do you have any idea? I know that ship's selling out pretty well. How much space there is? I mean, if somebody wants to go, should they do this pretty quick?
They should not wait too long. Is what I would say. Now, one of the things about this too, Norwegian happens to be one of those cruise lines that is fully refundable until final payment. So if you're thinking about it and you're like, I think I want to go, I'm not entirely sure, just reach out to me. We can go ahead and put a room on hold. You can put a deposit down on it. And then when we get the final payment, you're like, you know what, I can't do this one, but I'll do the next one. It's no harm, no foul. You will actually get your money back. So if you are thinking about it at all, just reach out. Let us go ahead and put the room on hold so that the inventory doesn't run out. Because I would say more than half the ship is gone.
Okay, so now's the time if you guys want to join us. Yeah,
no
just go
risk.
ahead and do it. Because I know there's a lot of you out there who have been thinking about this, because we've been talking about this for months. Just go ahead and put up your deposit and get a room held, and he'll let you pick I think you can pick your stateroom and everything.
You can pick your room. Yeah, we're on the phone together. You open up the deck plan, I open up the deck plan, and I kind of walk you through what's available. And then if you're not happy with what's available in that category, we try another category. So yeah, it's a very simple and easy process. And I like to be on the phone with you guys and have you guys on the phone, and we look together, and then I can walk you through the free SC, the free SC Plus, and all those other things, and you can decide if you want it. But it is literally risk-free because of this particular cruise line. It's fully refundable up until the final payment date. So,
Right.
Yeah. And why not, man? You're going to be on a beautiful ship. You're going to be in the Caribbean. You're going to be with a bunch of people that like to talk motorcycles. I mean, and you got a great whiskey bar. If anybody likes whiskey.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't like whiskey, you got Starbucks. So, I mean, you're going to like something on there.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's going to be, I know, I mean, like I say, we were on the sister ship and we loved it. We thought it was a beautiful ship. We had a great time. And that's one of the reasons I picked this ship, because I was familiar with the ship. I knew what everybody was going to expect. There's so many entertainment venues and amenities and dining options. I think people are just going to love it. So, Walter, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining me today. I think this is great information. And I'll put your information down in the description of the video and on the screen as well. Okay. And thanks for joining me. And everybody, we'll see you on the next Garage Talk.
See ya.
Garage Talk is available on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, and of course, YouTube. You can help support the podcast by making sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. Just click that little subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click the notification bell. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you hit that like button and give it a thumbs up. That really does help the channel.